Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a random game in my Tier 8 Lightning. Going over the matchmaking. The enemy team threats to my ship are the Cleveland and basically the two Lightnings. Relatively light radar game. This was a ship that was requested by a fella on my Discord and basically had time to get basically one Lightning game in tonight, and here it was. So right out of the gate, not my favorite spawn on North. For some reason I've been getting C-cap spawns quite often. I prefer to be out on the 1-2 line, out here on the open flank. So I've had a bunch of videos out here, so it is kind of good that I am getting spawns here to show you kind of how to play. Because this is a light radar game, this makes it much easier to approach this cap. So basically what I'm going to do, I do have RPF on this captain. I am going to sneak up here and just take a look around and see what I can spot. And maybe if the Cleveland hasn't pushed into this island, maybe be able to step in onto C-cap and eventually flip it. By no means am I committing to C. My main effort is what I'm doing right here. Just coming up here, and I just want to take a little look, see what's going on. Popping hydro, gonna keep myself torpedo safe. In hindsight, with both DDs being lightning, my torpedoes haven't reloaded, so really, even if they're a torpedo build, their torpedoes are just now only starting to get into the water, so it's a little early for the hydro. Mogami gets spotted. Now I'm pinging him because I knew that Mogami, he just had the look that he was going to turn out. I do spot a lightning. Now with that Mogami there, I'm not going to mess around. The Mogami took a big hit, but I am going to smoke up because I don't want that Mogami to be able to whack me. I don't know if he's got 155s or what's going on. But I'm just playing really cautious, stepping outside my smoke because I saw that Mogami take a big hit. I want to try to get this guy killed right here. So that's why I'm sitting out of my smoke. Want to try to get my team to finish this guy off. They've got shots out on him. Now what I'm going to do, I'm anticipating torps into my smoke. I'm just going to reverse right in here next to my smoke. I do have hydro up, so it spots the torps well in advance. But I pretty much called it. My torps were right on, or his torps were right in on my smoke, and I'm already out of it. So just trying to flip this cap. Looking at the Amagi pushing in, and if this Amagi keeps pushing in like this, I would be single firing torps right at the bow. Now this is an interesting engagement here because let me walk you through what I'm doing. This is Royal Navy Destroyer 101. Particularly with the lower tier stuff that has a slower rate of fire, you have so many smoke screens that you just take a shot and you smoke up, and you just let your alpha of your hit chunk that DD down, make him a little easier for you to take on later on. And at the same time, you're ideally smoking up so fast that you're avoiding much of the damage. Now, this Lightning's kind of put himself into a predicament because this island's kind of blocked him in, so he's going to be very predictable, and I'm going to exploit this right now. To see this Lightning, he hasn't smoked himself up yet, so I'm just shooting. Now I know he's up against that island. I'm just going to keep shooting. Get another hit there, get 2 hits there, maybe 3 there. He gets spotted again. And I'm just going to keep putting shots into this guy. And this has cost that DD most of his HP and cost me very little in exchange. This is how you win destroyer fights with the Royal Navy DDs. Now here I do make a mistake. I should have slowed down right here. That would have kept me in the cap. Unfortunately, I was going too fast and slipped right out of the cap. But I'm seeing a seam open up right now, and I'm going to push up here, and I'm looking to get my torpedoes off either on this Amagi or on this Bismarck. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this exit right here as kind of a path to safety. I see a lot of DDs try to make this push through, and they get pinched, and they end up getting trapped in this island or in this island because they're not playing around the exits. The exits are, you know, obviously here, here, and here if you can make it. Now I see that these guys aren't pinching me, so I'm going to try to push through here. I still want to get the cap, but I want to get north of them. And by doing this, I put all of these islands behind me, so I should be able to spot everything up in the north by pushing through like this. This is a really strong move on these corridor maps. Now if this is matchmaking specific, there is not a CV in the match. So if there were a CV in the match, I would be hesitant to do this because I'm isolating myself from any allied AA support. So by pushing north, I've basically got in behind these guys, and I'm already lining up. This Bismarck's going to be my next torpedo attack. He's either going to try to turn out and kind of follow me around this island, or he's going to bow in and try to rush these guys. And I'm looking right now, and you can see his intention. He's going to bow into my team and rush them. So I just want to use my torps and just pin him against this island with these torps. I got a little close there. I did get spotted, but really there's not much he can do in this position. He's again kind of boxed himself in, and at this point I feel pretty comfortable just kiting away, gunboating, and seeing what kind of damage I can get on this Amagi. I do pick up the kill on the Bismarck. And again, just putting shots in on this Amagi. Want to get this guy chunked down as much as possible. Trying to keep all my HE in on his superstructure. There we go, get a fire going. He's trying to shoot into my smoke. Again, notice I'm just kind of moving a little erratically in my smoke, not trying to be a consistent target. I haven't popped hydro here because I have the sneaking suspicion the DD ran off after getting hammered like that. So I'm pushing in. I'm looking to see if I can pick that DD up if he's out here, or get into torp range on this Amagi and try to have another go with him. Now, I probably would have killed this Amagi with my torps if I hadn't done this. Just not a tight enough pattern with these single fire torps for what this Amagi's doing, and in hindsight I should definitely just launch the narrow spread. Since the Amagi's not really looking at me with his main battery, I go on ahead, just switch to guns, and just gonna try to get it done this way. Get a fire on him. Unfortunately, he does get a shot off and gets an overpin on me. Cost me a little bit of HP there, but that's kill number one. And you can look that the enemy team does have cap control, but we've got twice the kills to theirs, and I know there's still a low health DD out there that I want to push in here and try to pick up. Now taking a look at the minimap, this game's been kind of odd because the enemy team primarily played out in the west, we played up in the east, and nobody's really going up the 9-10 line, so this is kind of a unique game as far as random battles go. So just something that I just kind of noticed playing this game. Honestly, kind of interesting with my allies taking up this island position here and getting a lot of work done in there. I almost got 70k spotting damage pushing through like this. Now, gonna teach you another little dirty trick with the Royal Navy DDs, to a lesser extent maybe the Pan Asian DDs, and that is dealing with these cruisers like this. Now, I'm looking at this cruiser. Now you see me switching back and forth between HE, my guns, and my torpedoes. I'm trying to see if I can bait this guy into turning any sort of directions. I'm waiting for him to open up fire on this Charles Martel. I see him shoot. I go on ahead and I smoke up. Now I'm smoking up here. I'm inside of his smoke firing range. His so just gonna try to help my Charles Martel out here. But the idea is I want to get inside this guy's smoke firing range because I'm not gonna count on these torpedoes to hit. It is a cruiser. Potentially he could have hydro. He could avoid these torpedoes, and I might need to deal with my guns. So I do get lucky here. I do catch a torpedo hit on him. That makes this a lot easier. But what I'm looking to do is, okay, I abandoned the smoke, I paused, and I was holding fire. I wanted to see, this guy had been trying to shoot at my smoke previously. I wanted to see if he would shoot at his smoke. The reason why, he's only got 8.5k HP. If this guy shoots here, I get a free shot at him to chip him down a little bit more, and you know, that just makes it a little easier for me to do what I need to do. So, getting my shots out there, do pick up a fire here. In hindsight, I probably could go dark here and just let this guy burn. It'd be pretty close though. So, I am just trying to gun this guy down, just making myself hard to hit, dodging fire. The idea though is that if I needed to, I could have waited until my smoke was almost up off cooldown, like right about now, and just start shooting this guy and bait him into shooting me, and instantly just smoke up and just farm this guy. And the reason why I can do that is you're abusing the smoke mechanics. This ship, his smoke fire and concealment rating is a lot more than 6.9 kilometers. Be honest, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I know that most light cruisers are somewhere, you know, around 7-8 kilometers for their smoke firing range. And you know, this is a prime opportunity to, if I needed to, use my smoke and just avoid this guy being able to shoot at me entirely while I just keep baiting him into a fight that just isn't going to work out well for him.
Critical engine damage.
And he burns down. That last hit was a little rough. It took a little more HP than what I wanted, but at the end of the day, that's a healthy cruiser off the board, and didn't cost me too much HP comparatively speaking. Now what I want to do, this game's obviously going to be a win. My team is bunched up. They're going to be shoving into BCAP and force here shortly. I want to push in here and see if I can catch something else. Because this game's a win, you know, try to pick up another kill, try to pick up some more damage, anything to make this good game better. So I'm just following my RPF, and bam, we got a Lightning. Now the issue is he's got a lot more HP than me, roughly about twice the HP. So I'm hoping that my team's going to be able to provide me either with supporting fire while I push in here, or be able to chunk this guy down a bit. That's important. The Cleveland goes down. Now I'm stalking the Lightning, and he does have a bit more. He's got about twice the HP I do, but I've got allies that are going to be shooting this guy. Okay, so he's at 8k. That's a little better. Now look at his guns. His guns are turned on the other side of his ship. He's looking backwards towards my hipper. And this ambush, that's 2 shots he hasn't been able to respond. That's 1 shot with his back guns, finally. There's his front guns. And he's going down. It's so important if looking to see which way a ship is pointing their guns. And in this case, I was able to pull off that ambush against the enemy Lightning. Even though theoretically, in a 1v1 fight, he would have had the advantage with having more HP. I was just able to be sneaky, get in there, and steal that kill. So into this game, 2.3 base XP. Nice, pretty much nice game. Anytime you're breaking 2k base XP on a game, I'll take it. And you know, this game really does kind of show, you know, how much of a hybrid this boat is. I mean, you've got some, you know, good torpedo damage, you know, good amount of fire damage, good amount of gun damage. Lightning starts to be that ship that pivot point in the Royal Navy destroyer line where you're starting to get, you know, very usable torpedoes. You're starting to get, you know, usable guns, usable concealment. The Lightning is a fantastic ship. It's one of the strongest Tier 8 destroyers still since it's been introduced into the game. So anyway, this was the requested Lightning game. If you guys have any questions or comments on it, I hope you're having a good night. Leave the comments below. Apparently I'm running out of coffee and I'm losing my ability to think. Ugh. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.